We have got to talk about this degree plan. I started going to ASU in 2023. I was so excited about what the Astronomical and Planetary Sciences degree plan had to offer. In fact, I ended up buying this hoodie. Do y'all still have merch for that? Because that was the only time I ever saw anything that I could buy for it. That excitement has completely faded, and this will be the last project of my bachelor's degree. And I can't help but feel disappointed. As much as I would love to just lay in bed and mope about the state of all of this, maybe you and I need to go on a walk. I hope you don't mind, but we're going to be making a little bit of a pit stop before we get into really how I feel about this degree now that I'm at the end of it. Maybe this was a backyard conversation, but I feel like maybe we should walk down the street. See, I had a lot of faith in ASU when I joined. It was a school that was relatively unattainable until recently for someone in the military. But now that I've gone through it all, the entire thing's just left me feeling kind of flat. Like, what are we even doing here right now? Why do I feel like completely unfulfilled and also more distant than ever from the subjects I was meant to be studying? But as far as feeling like the faculty cared about me as a student or that they were genuinely trying, that just never happened. And I understand that ASU is a massive school and, has a lot going on, especially in the online space. But I couldn't help but notice that my own experience just leads me to feel like either this program is very understaffed or ASU doesn't care. Maybe it's both. See, I only get $4,500 of tuition assistance a year. And so when that ran out and I wanted to finish my degree on time, even though I was still active duty, I had to pay full price out of pocket. Like, that doesn't seem like a school that's looking out for me. And it doesn't seem like a school that genuinely cares about my education or the fact that I am in the military. It seems like a school who's doing the bare minimum to get noticed for doing the right thing. And when it comes to the courses themselves, I'm not the only one that's frustrated. There's a ton of students that I've talked to on Discord and private messaging that feel even more strongly than I do, saying that these courses are a waste of time, that the faculty doesn't care, that, maybe if they did, we would have things graded faster than 5 weeks after the fact. I would love to argue against those things, but I just can't because ASU haven't been doing anything to really change that. And that brings me to another point as far as the faculty involved in this program are concerned. I have had one person probably grade half of my entire degree over the past 3 years. How does that make sense? You have one person doing that? Like, hire another. There's no chance that the amount of money that I pay personally and like how much other people pay isn't enough to fund another person to help you grade things. Like, I'm trying to be relatively nice, but like, honestly, this whole thing just seems like absolute fucking bullshit. Part of me wants to apologize for that kind of language, but the other part of me is saying, well, you spent a ton of money, tens of thousands of dollars to get this degree. And it seems like no one's really giving you the time of day. So someone should be mad about this, right? And I know people are, but it falls on deaf ears constantly. I know that I've been bringing this stuff up. This is the capstone for my astronomy degree. And we're doing a class that's mostly just about communication, which is fine, except for the fact that when it comes to the assignments and the rubric and everything we're supposed to be reflecting on, none of it actually focuses on the communication either. Did I just pay $3,000 for a course just to make fun little videos? And they don't even need to be fun. I could have met the rubric for this by just doing a voiceover of me coloring a picture of a spaceship. It wouldn't have even mattered. Is that how you want people to feel when they do these things? The only reason that the video is the way that it is because I wanted to challenge myself. And that's not something you can rely upon when you're creating the syllabus for a course that's costing people money that could really be used elsewhere. I just really feel like I shouldn't have done this. Like, I should have gone for astrophysics because maybe that would be slightly more applicable, or I feel like I learned something more. But with this degree, I feel like I know slightly more about what makes planets habitable, and that's it. It just feels so disheartening that the term enshittification, which I felt like was relatively overused, applies so readily in this case. That things are getting worse and the courses are being abandoned, for lack of a better word, just for profit. Like, I genuinely want to know what I'm paying for, because at this point, I'm about to pay back over 10 grand for a degree that doesn't even really make sense to me. So I guess that's really all I have to say. And at this point, if it goes over the 5 to 7 minute limit, I don't think I care. I'm not quite sure what to say anymore. Do I bring up how it's very clear that ASU is losing some of its accolades for a very good reason? Do I question where my money's going? Do I question where the direction of this is going? Unless I join the faculty somehow and enact the change myself, what are you doing for future students? You know, I thought I'd be really excited being the first person in my family to get a degree. And when they ask me what it's in, it sounds really cool. But honestly, I don't feel proud at all. I just kind of feel like I wasted my time. And there were cool people and cool concepts along the way, but I put myself into debt for this. ASU needs to do better. You need to do better.